Now on BBC One, the BBC Lunchtime News with Lukwesa Burak.
Good afternoon. England's Lionesses stand on the brink of women's football history today as they take on Germany in the European Championship final at Wembley later. A win for the team would be both their first major trophy and the first football honour for the nation since the men's World Cup victory in 1966. Our sports correspondent, Jay Linsky, has more.
5 wins down.
Goes for goal! Oh my word!
One more match to go. Through the month of July, there's been new memories and new faces. Now at the end of it, England want the trophy at Wembley, but they face the team who at the Euros are the experts.
Oh, Germany!
There's been 12 of these tournaments. Germany have won 8 of them, and they've not lost a final. England have never won it, but their coach has. And since Sarina Wiegman took charge in September, they're unbeaten. She feels her job's not just to win, it's to make a difference.
We want to inspire the nation, and we want everyone to be proud of us. And I think we already accomplished that. And yes, every little girl now can see that women can be successful, that you can do what you really love, and that makes a difference, and hopefully that will change the society in a positive way.
The crescendo's building, the country's watching.
Good luck for the semi-final. We're all behind
Sunday, you have been magnificent.
You also be so proud of yourself, and we're proud of you.
Everything you're doing is so empowering for young girls out there.
And we're all absolutely captivated.
We both want to wish the Lionesses the best of luck for tonight. You've done amazingly well in the competition, and we're rooting for you all the way.
Good luck. I hope you win. Bye.
We fight for those little girls every single day we step out onto a pitch and make ourselves visible. So this could have been a tournament that was a real pressurised situation for us. In actual fact, we've come together, we've brought the nation together, and all we feel from them is love and support. There is no pressure, which is a lot to say. So thank you.
Every seat at Wembley sold, a nation's been inspired. At the end of the Lionesses' greatest month, there's one more match left to win. Joe Linsky, BBC News.
Well, our sports reporter Jane Dougal is live at Wembley. Hi, Jane. Not long.
Lukwesa, there are still around 4 hours to go before kick-off, but already Wembley Way is packed with supporters. We just walked down there to get to the stadium. Mostly young families, lots of little girls, all wearing England strips and waving flags. Such a lovely atmosphere. Inside the stadium, things are a bit more tense. Last-minute preparations are still going on before this hugely significant match. And of course, it had to be England-Germany, didn't it, with the footballing history between the two nations. This is the first time that England women have got to the final of a major tournament since they lost to Germany in 2009, and they've never won the Euros. In sharp contrast, their opponents, Germany, have won the competition 8 times. But don't forget, under manager Sarina Wiegman, the Lionesses are unbeaten. They've got the support of the royal family, and of course the rest of England will be backing them. And come 5 o'clock, this stadium is going to be packed with 87,000 fans, all backing them and hoping to witness history.
Jane Dougal, thank you. The Prince of Wales accepted a payment of £1 million from the family of Osama bin Laden, according to a report in the Sunday Times. Prince Charles accepted the money from 2 of the infamous Al-Qaeda leader's half-brothers in 2013, 2 years after he was killed. Our royal correspondent, Johnny Diamond, is here with me now. And Johnny, has the Prince done anything wrong?
It doesn't appear that he's done anything wrong from the reports that we have. And there are lots of good ethical and logical explanations, legal explanations for what's gone on. But it is not a good look for the heir to the throne. There's no doubt about that. The palace says this was a decade ago. All the necessary checks were made. You don't disown an entire family because of the actions of one son. And it disputes a lot of the detail in the newspaper stories today. But it does not dispute the donation. And when I asked a source at the palace if he thought that donation would have been made had they known it was going to be made public, there was a very long silence. There's been a drip, drip, drip of revelations about how the Prince's charities have raised funds in the past, and it is a very unhappy backdrop to his work.
Okay, Johnny Diamond, thank you very much. Conservative leadership hopeful Rishi Sunak has said that he would introduce a £10 fine for patients in England who repeatedly miss GP or hospital appointments. He says patients will be given the benefit of the doubt for the first time they miss an appointment, but further absences would be charged. But the Royal College of GPs says the proposals would fundamentally change the principle that the NHS is free at the point of need. The chair of the public inquiry investigating the post office scandal has called for the process of compensation for victims to be sped up. More than 600 sub-postmasters were given criminal convictions when a faulty IT system made it look like money was missing from their branches. 81 people have now had their convictions quashed. Our Consumer Affairs correspondent, Cleta Smith, reports.
Delight at the Court of Appeal as the record is set straight.
After all this time, now the weight has been lifted.
But this court victory isn't the end of the road. The Post Office took hundreds of thousands of pounds from sub-postmasters like Richard to cover what looked like shortfalls at branches, leaving people financially ruined. Imprisoned while pregnant, Seema lost her home too. She's been cleared for a year but hasn't got a settlement from the post office yet.
No money can replace whatever damage been done by post office to us, but at least we will be able to put our life together back home, like, where we're supposed to be.
Sharon was a sub-postmaster in Sunderland, accused of theft by the post office, and only survived thanks to money from her family.
I want my life back. I want to be able to walk about and hold my head up and say, finally, no, they paid me. I got compensation because they did me wrong.
What's the post office feel about that?
The chair of the public inquiry into this scandal was so concerned about slow progress around compensation that he held the post office's feet to the fire in a special hearing. The post office have been forced to admit to this inquiry that they hadn't expected the thousands of applications for compensation, that they didn't have enough staff processing the claims, that they've just been dealing with the simple refunds first, and that hundreds of victims haven't yet received an initial offer of compensation.
They have supported postmasters.
But pressure from the inquiry seemed to be working. In Parliament, there was good news for 500 sub-postmasters who've been excluded from full compensation.
Postmasters will be contacted in the coming weeks to submit an application, after which we aim to distribute the funds within a few weeks of receiving that application.
But since the cabinet reshuffle a few weeks ago, there's now a new minister in charge. Jane Hunt says she's keen to press on, but refused an interview with me about the issue of compensation. In what's now become a scandal within a scandal, victims are running out of money and time, while the complicated compensation process grinds slowly on. Cleta Smith, BBC News.
It's day 3 of the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. 24 gold medals are up for grabs. Hugh Ferris is there. Hi, Hugh.
Hello, LaQuesta, and of those 24, the 2 that will be contested at the gymnastics arena, very much commanding our attention today. The first of which has already been decided, bringing a gold and silver for England in the men's all-around individual final. Jake Jarman and James Hall, top 2 qualifiers, had a battle throughout, but it was Jarman, just 20 years old, who came out on top for his second gold at Birmingham 2022, with Hall overcoming an ankle injury to win a second individual Commonwealth silver in a row. There was a double gold in the para-triathlon this morning, England winning both of those events, including for Dave Ellis, who won gold with his guide Luke Pollard. Moments later as well, crossing the line ahead of all the rest, Katie Crowhurst becoming a Commonwealth champion, along with her guide, Jessica Fulligar. That golden double has taken England second in the medals table. And also after his exploits in the pool last night, Scotland's Duncan Scott was back there in the water working hard again this morning with 2 heats. He came through both and qualified just for the men's 200 metres butterfly final tonight, when Adam Peaty goes for his 3rd straight Commonwealth title in the men's 100 metres breaststroke.
Hugh Ferris, thank you very much indeed. And you can see more on all of today's stories on the BBC News channel. The next news on BBC One is at the earlier time of 3:25. Bye for now.
Hello there. It has been a day of contrast so far. In fact, we've had some beautiful blue sky and sunshine across Scotland. Take a look at this Weather Watcher picture from Highland. Hardly a cloud in the sky. It was glorious, but it was a different story for England and Wales first thing this morning, wasn't it? A lot of cloud around, and yes, there's been some rain, welcome rain, but nowhere near enough. This was Lincolnshire just a few hours ago, and this has been the story so far. The heaviest of the rain easing off into the North Sea, and we've got a rather cloudy, drab story across much of eastern England for the rest of the afternoon. Best of the sunshine, Scotland, Northern Ireland. We'll start to see some sunshine now coming through across northwest England and parts of Wales as well. But one thing I want to point out is that temperatures across eastern Scotland could actually be around 9 to 10 degrees down on where they were yesterday. So it's a fresher feel despite that sunshine coming through. By contrast, still quite humid across southeast England. Top temperatures of 27 Celsius, that's 80 Fahrenheit. Hopefully the only thing drab and dreary for the women's final at Wembley today will be the weather, but even that is going to brighten up as we go through the evening. Maybe the odd isolated shower when you're arriving, but that's it. And then through the night tonight, we keep some cloud across the far southeast, clearer skies out to the west. That's going to allow those temperatures to fall away into single figures here. Still a rather mild night, not as humid as the one just passed, however, in the southeast of England. But again, we could start off a little overcast at first thing through East Anglia and the southeast. But eventually the sunshine coming through. A lovely day for most of us tomorrow. Lots of sunshine and warm with it. But through the southwest by the end of the afternoon, a bit more of a breeze, a bit more rain arrives. That's into Northern Ireland as well. Here 19 degrees, but highest values once again 27, 80 Fahrenheit. Now, as we move into Tuesday, it's a little bit of a mess, isn't it? A lot of weather fronts across the country basically translates into the fact that we're going to see some rain and some isobars around, a bit more of a breeze as well. So the rain fairly light and showery, and once again, never really getting south of the M4 corridor. So will be a rather grey day with outbreaks of rain from time to time on Tuesday. The wind direction, yes, breezy, but still coming from the southwest, so still warm. Once again, 23 degrees into Aberdeen, 27 for Norwich and for London. Now, as we move out of Tuesday into Wednesday, this weather front making its way through will start to introduce something a little bit fresher. We're starting to lose that humidity that we've had across England and Wales, and we might see a few isolated showers. Don't count your blessings too much because they should be fairly isolated as they push their way into the southeast. The most frequent showers up into the far northwest of Scotland. Here that little bit fresher, but still once again 27 or 28 degrees. We have to wait for that front to ease through before we start to notice the difference. And as we move towards the end of the week and into the weekend, high pressure is going to build in from the Atlantic, but the direction of the wind is going to be important because as it swings round to a clockwise direction, we might see more of a northwesterly flow. So no significant rain to come once again with our week ahead. You can see how dry it's likely to be, but it will be that little bit cooler with temperatures here, as you can see, a little bit disappointing. So that's how it's looking. Enjoy your afternoon, and I'll see you later at 4 o'clock early this evening. Bye-bye.
Don't worry about a thing. The nation's watching. Let's cook.
A new batch of celebrities